Good evening. Thus spoke Zarathustra. Chapter number 15. The Thousand and One Goals. Many lands saw Zarathustra and many peoples. Thus he discovered the good and bad of many peoples. No greater power did Zarathustra find on earth than good and bad. No people could live without first valuing. If a people will maintain itself, however, it must not value as its neighbor valueth. Much that passed for good with one people was regarded with scorn and contempt by another. Thus I found it much found I here called bad, which was there decked with purple honors. Never did the one never understand the other. Ever did his soul marvel at his neighbor's delusion and wickedness. A table of excellencies hangeth over every people. Lo, it is the table of their triumphs. Lo, it is the voice of their will to power. It is laudable what they think hard, what is indispensable and hard they call good, and what revealed in the direst distress, the unique and hardest of all, they extol as holy. Whatever maketh them rule and conquer the and shine, to the dismay and envy of their neighbors, they regard as the high and foremost thing, the test and the meaning of all else. Verily, my brother, if thou knewest but a people's need, its land, its sky, and its neighbor, then wouldst thou divine the law of its surroundings and why it climbeth up that ladder to its hope. Always shalt thou be the foremost and prominent above others. No one shall thy jealous soul love except a friend that made the soul of a Greek thrill. Thereby went he his way to greatness, to speak truth and be skillful with bow and arrow, to seem it alike pleasing and hard to the people from whom comes my name, the name which is alike pleasing and hard to me, to honor father and mother, and from the root of the soul to do their will. This table of surmounting hung another people over them and became powerful and permanent thereby. To have fidelity, and for the sake of fidelity, to risk honor and blood, even in evil and dangerous courses, teaching itself so, another pupil mastered itself, and thus mastering itself, became pregnant and heavy with great hopes. Verily, men have given unto themselves all their good and bad. Verily, they took it not, they found it not, it come not unto them as a voice from heaven. Values did man only assign to things in order to maintain himself. He created only the significance of things, a human significance, therefore called he himself man, that is the valuator. Valuating is creating. Hear it, ye creating ones. Valuation itself is the treasure and jewel of the valued things. Through valuation only is their value, and without valuation the nut of existence would be hollow. Hear it, ye creating ones. Change of values, that is change of the creating ones. Always doth he destroy who hath to be a creator. Thank you. No, who hath to be a creator. Creating ones were first of all peoples, and only in late times individuals. Verily, the individual himself is still the latest creation. People once hung over them tables of the good, love which would rule and love which would obey, created for themselves such tables. Older is the pleasure in the heart than the pleasure in the ego. As long as the good conscience is for the heart, the bad conscience only saith ego. Verily, the crafty ego, the loveless one, that seeks its advantage in the advantage of many. It is not the origin of the heart, but its ruin. Loving ones was it always, and creating ones that created good and bad. Fire of love gloweth in the names of all the virtues, and fire of wrath. Many lands saw Zarathustra, and many peoples no greater power did Zarathustra find on earth than the creations of loving ones. Good and bad are they called. Verily, a parodizy is this power of praising and blaming. Tell me, ye brethren, who will master it for me? Who will put a fetter upon the thousandth neck of this animal? A thousand goals have there been hitherto, for a thousand people have been there. Only a fetter for the thousand necks is still lacking. There is lacking the one goal. As yet humanity hath not a goal. But pray tell me, my brethren, if the goal of humanity be still lacking, is there not also still lacking humanity itself? Thus spake Zarathustra. Thank you.